Hi, welcome to Module 3. Let's take a look at what's coming this week. I'll count on you to read the introduction. The learning outcomes. This week is about research. First week was about biblical worldview. That's a tool, important tool of graduate study at Grace Christian University. And then the second week was about critical thinking. That's an important tool of graduate study at any university. And then this unit is about research. Again, another important tool of graduate study at any university. And we're talking specifically about library research. In graduate study, many times we distinguish between library research, which may better be called literature review, and then empirical research, where you actually do experiments or investigations in the real world yourself. This week is about library research or literature review. So what should happen to you as a result of this week? Well, as a result of this week's module, you should be able to access quality academic resources using the ATLA database, ProQuest, WorldCat, and other online databases. And you should be able to critically evaluate journal articles, commentaries, and other resources for their usefulness in academic research and paper writing. And you'll see your resources here. You have two very important lectures by Dr. Phil Long, but I have to throw in a note. You're using the vMeister book for the first time this week. Apparently, to at least one of you, and I hope no more, but maybe there were more, we sent out materials saying you needed to buy the second edition of vMeister. The third edition is actually what these assignments are based on. So I will attach to this announcement a table that converts the third edition chapters to second edition, so you know the correct ones to read. My apologies for that mistake. So let's take a look at the learning activities for this week. And you'll notice, first thing, this may be the most important thing for making sense of it. Down here on the last learning activity, I wrote in start here. Don't know what happened. This got edited, and somehow the first activity became the last, and that was problematic because the assignments, like the second assignment, said based on what you did in the first assignment, and then the third assignment said based on what you did in the first and second assignments, and it was all jumbled up. So I put start here, so you're going to start with this assignment. That's the best place, at least reading through them. That's the best place to start. And then I've tried to edit them and take out those first and second and put the titles of the assignments in place of that. If I missed a place, when it says first, it means the one that says start here. When it means second, it means this one that says biblical commentary. When it says third, it means researching a theological topic. You probably have questions, feel free to contact me. All right, so you start here, you select a topic to research, and you do some research in the ATLA database of journal articles. Journal articles are the best library research materials for scholarly research. As long as you use recent dates, they're going to reflect the most recent research, and they're going to be at a very high level. You should look for ones that are peer-reviewed, but they're going to be on very narrow topics, and they can be frustrating to find exactly what you're looking for, especially if you need a broad overview of the topic. But you follow the assignments there, and you're going to do some evaluation of the quality of articles. Oh, by the way, if you're hearing funny noises, I'm sitting in my pop-up camper at Hungry Horse Campground. My wife and I did a little getaway this weekend. So the background may look a little different, and the wind is blowing hard. So I hope you can understand me. But I'll let you read these, but you make a discussion post and you attach a document. So if you've been in the habit of attaching your main post as a document, I recommend you copy and paste your post into the text box and attach your evaluation document for us all to discuss each other's journal articles. Then you move on to the biblical commentary evaluation. Again, I'm not going to read all the explanation, But here you have to pick a passage, and it says here a short passage. It could be one paragraph or an entire chapter. Keep it as short as possible. That will make the assignment more doable. Keep your passage short. You're going to evaluate some commentaries on the passage, and you're going to need library materials, both online and physical, for this week's assignments. And your local public library can probably help you more than you think they can. They can often, almost always, get access to other libraries. So here in Wyoming, Michigan, I can go to my public library and they can get me materials out of Calvin Theological Seminary and Aquinas college libraries that are two of the best theological libraries in Grand Rapids. I have to wait a little while for them, so get your requests in early, but you can get resources that are not available online. But this one's a 1,000-word paper writing up your evaluation of the commentaries, which, just to make it clear, you got a list of 7 questions here. Write your answers to those 7 questions into the 1,000-word paper. Those aren't 2 separate exercises. Write the answers into the paper. Then your third one is researching a theological topic. And this one looks a lot like the first one, but I want to point out some key words here. You have to discover at least 5 resources. It says monographs or journal articles. Well, you did journal articles. But then it says, what do you know about the publisher of the book? How old is the book? So you need 5 resources. At least 2 of them have to be books. Either one has to be a physical book, one has to be an online book. Scholarly books. The best scholarly books are compilations of articles with different authors of every chapter. That's what it's talking about with a monograph. And those often show up in your lists of journal articles. And to my way of thinking, they're different kinds of journal articles, but one's published in a hardback book that is not a piece of periodical literature. New one doesn't come out every month or quarter or year. And in a journal, it comes out every month or quarter or year, usually quarters. This assignment can be a mix of those, but you need to find some of those monographs that occur in scholarly books. And to that end, I would recommend that for all of these assignments, you contact our online librarian at the Biltmore Library, Erin Hubner. I'm going to give her a heads up that I told you to do this. Send her an email or give her a call and ask for her help with these assignments. Actually, that should be a graded part of this assignment. Up until a couple of months ago, Erin sat where you sat, not in our program, but she was doing a Master of Library Science program at a Michigan university. She knows what it's like to do what you're doing, and every day on the job, she helps our undergraduate online students find resources. Erin is a great resource for you. And as I'm camping this weekend, I'm camping with her parents, and so I better warn her that I'm talking her up. But I digress. Get help in getting these different kinds of resources. Talk with Erin. And then you have the reflection assignment. Okay, this video is longer than I try to make them. As always, if you have questions, contact me, and I'll look forward to seeing your work on this third skill. We've done biblical worldview, we've done critical thinking, and now we are moving on to research, and we'll apply them in the second half of the course.